Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ECC League Play Week number 2. We are here in Division 2.1, where we will be seeing RiZe eSports taking it up against full Templar Samurais, two teams that have both won their first game in the ECC in week number 1, of course. My name is Dennis, and I'm joined by Simdog. Welcome.
Yeah, how's it going? I'm back again. Like you mentioned just then, both of these teams won their opening games of the season. RiZe eSports beat Astra Atlas in week 1 with a 3-1 scoreline, and fought Templar Samurais. They were also victorious versus Revamp eSports. They got the clean sweep and won 3-0, and I am positive they will be hoping to replicate that and do the exact same here against RiZe eSports.
Yeah, definitely, of course. Like I said, both teams have won the first game in the ECC. So one of them will go 1-1 in League Play, and one of them will go unbeaten going into week 3. So, well, two teams that are really, really good in this Division 1, or in Division 2, I have to say. Could you maybe make a little prediction?
Just judging by the week 1 performance, I've got to say Fort Templar Samurais might take this one. But you can't judge too much. It's the first week, and there's plenty much longer to go. And maybe later on in the series, it will be easier to tell which way it'll go. Maybe even after game 1, it will be easy to say which way it will go. But just coming out of week 1, it's difficult to say. But I'm gonna say Fort Templar Samurais.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you. Of course, Full Templar Samurais had a clean sweep over Revamp eSports, if I believe so, in week number 1. And last week, we have seen RiZe eSports winning with 3-1 against Astra Atlas on stream, that was, as well. But yeah, I would say Full Templar Samurais had a really convincing game number 1, or series number 1 in week 1, of course. Clean sweeping over Revamp eSports, which is, of course, a really, really good result by them. I know the players a little bit as well. I know CJ, I know Lightning Strike a little bit. So, really decent players. I don't really know RiZe eSports. So I know that, for example, Samurais, they have the skill, they have the ability to, definitely be a playoff contender here in Division 2.1. And yeah, a fun fact is also that I'm playing against these guys as well somewhere in the league, because I'm a player in Division 2.1 as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these teams are playing against each other. Maybe you can get some, information about the players already. So when I play against them, I could maybe make a little bit of a tactic. So yeah, it's always interesting to see this division playing and if I'm casting this division. But yeah, for Templar Samurais, a really, really good team. Of course, clean sweeping in week number 1. So yeah, really interested to see. Do you maybe know a few of these players?
I personally don't know any of these players. I feel like I recognize the names, especially of the teams themselves, but it's just the players themselves I'm not too sure on. Again, I can't predict it. You said you know a couple of the players. I know that you'll definitely be sat there taking notes, especially because, like you said, you're playing in the league. But I personally will be taking notes because I want to judge these teams. I want to be discovering how each of them play so I can make more predictions along the way. And I'm going in blind, really. I have no clue how it will go, but I'm gonna take a long shot. I'm gonna say Fort Templar Samurais 3-1 victory. CJ hat trick in game 2. Complete random. But that's the prediction.
CJ hat trick in game number 2. Well, if that's actually right, you're the prediction king, I have to say. So yeah, we're gonna see if CJ is gonna make a hat trick in the game number 2. We're still waiting on the people of RiZe eSports because they haven't joined the lobby as of yet. But yeah, I think we're just rambling on about. So maybe, of course, we're only in week number 2, and well, both teams have played one game in week number 1. But could you maybe already see where these teams are going to place at the end of League Play? Could you maybe already give a little bit of prediction? You've just said in this series it will be Full Templar Samurais taking the win, but would you say both teams are actually capable of getting top 4, which means they're going to playoffs?
Well, again, it's only the second week now. But Samurais, they got the 3-0 sweep. I'm going to have to come back to you on that one because after this game, I think we'll know a lot more. We'll be able to see, judging by the play style and how the specific players themselves play and connect with each other, we'll be able to see a lot more, especially because it's being streamed now. But I'm gonna say if Samurais do manage to dominate in this game, then I reckon they'll be able to get top 4. But if RiZe eSports come out and they dominate, I think they'll also be able to get top 4 because these two teams, they seem incredibly good and they seem like they can definitely do something.
Yeah, we'll have to see how teams, of course, are going to perform against each other. It might be a really, really important game. Maybe even at the end of league play, it just comes down to one single victory. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if both teams are actually capable of, getting to the playoff spot. And that's why it's so important to just win this game already. Maybe against one, a team that is fairly on the same level as you, is pretty much, probably ending up like around the same, around the same league spot, around the same place at the end of league play. So yeah, it's such an important game already here in week number 2. I think both teams are mid-table as well, with seedings, of course, which means they are playing against each other quite early in the league already, which are, the most important games to play. You see in with the first seed, they play against the last seeds, and well, those are usually the most easy games, but definitely in the games with 5th against 6th, of course, in week number 1, those are the really important ones. And in week 2 as well, where teams are playing against fairly similar teams against each other. So it's really interesting to see how those teams are going to play against each other. Maybe game 1 is going to feel each other out. Of course, it's a best of 5 series, so you can't get too much into a warm-up. You can't take too long with the warm-up, but we just have to see, is it going to get a long warm-up in game number 1, or well, maybe we see a really dominant side already straight on in the beginning of the series.
I mean, yeah, you said there that the opening games are the most important, and I have to agree with you on that one. The opening games are where you can see what these teams want to do in the league. The classic saying goes, start as you mean to go on, and with Samurais getting the 3-0 sweep in week 1, they'll be wanting to do it again here and do it again for the rest of the league, for the rest of the season. It's just a question of whether they can come out and be just as strong as they were in week 1. But we are finally getting underway. Take it away, Dennis.
Yes, thank you very much, Simdox. We are going to see the kickoff of this Division 2.1 game as Snix is trying to take control of that lightning strike or push that, gets the ball up towards the backward. Broken is there to clear it out. As a really, really good touch there, but CJ is there to save the ball out. No, can't get a good second touch, no one there to follow either, but the lightning strike just in time as CJ, of course, with the Dutch flag representing the Netherlands, which I really like to see. Broken now with the shot though, the lightning strike is there ready to get the save. Early start there from the RiZe eSports side, and well, for Templar Samurais, we have seen some saves forcing on their side.
Yeah, we've seen some early saves and some early shots for both of these teams, but the shots themselves weren't too impressive. They were fairly easy saves that Templar Samurais were making, and I think they might be fairly happy with allowing these shots early on if it means that they get to counter-attack, and especially if the shots are as well. That in my opinion was a powerful but not exactly great shot from Broken. Lightning strike just passes that one to him, and CJ should be getting to that one, but it's just poor positioning from them.
Yeah, it's just straight on net. It looks like literally on CJ's car, but CJ was just a little bit too much in the back of the goal, leading to this goal. He couldn't save it anymore. And RiZe eSports, with the odds of the start of this game already in the lead after 1 minute play, this ball now falls into the stand of Samurais. Finally, they have the first offense, but it falls off the backboard as CJ tries to control it here. Now gets the center to Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike maybe goes for the double, but Sing's already on the backboard to clear it out. It's Broken, will go for that, but getting blocked by Jasmine on the full Templar Samurai side. Lightning strike gets back by Snix. The Snix now has the ball in the corner. Can he get it into the middle? Can't get another touch though as it gets cleared up by Jasmine. He's now Broken into the middle. No, he misses the ball. Shadow takes over. One boost to work with. Misses the ball because of that. As Lightning strike can't get the good touch as it falls into the middle. Lightning strike gets it into Broken, but Broken can't get a good shot. CJ now takes it over into the middle. Lightning strike clear shot for him. Missing the ball again. And we have seen some whiffs already in offense. From Full Templar Samurais. As I say that, it is a first goal for Full Templar Samurais, as it's a really, really good angle from Jasmine.
Well, yeah, that was an incredibly good angle. He managed to find the shot. I was thinking to myself that really Samurais are being their own worst enemy right now, because they're making it difficult for themselves at the back. They're making it difficult for themselves up at the top, but Jason Mark making no mistake with that one. He finds the back of the net, making it 1-1. 2 minutes gone in this match. and we are 50-50 in the game, and CJ is looking to try and attack there, but it's just another bad shot.
Yeah, we are seeing some passing plays from the full Templar Samurai side, but they're not quite working out yet, as we now see a clear opportunity for Shadow. He's definitely not gonna miss that one, as RiZe will get a lead again with roughly half-time played.
Oh, that bump there from Broken. And then he got another demo as well. It was just absolutely perfect attacking display there from RiZe eSports. They capitalised absolutely brilliantly. Snicks with the pass and Shadow with the goal. The goal advantage is restored for RiZe eSports, and they are seemingly very comfortable right now in attack. Not so much defense, but at the same time, Samurais aren't being too impressive with their attacking display.
Yeah, RiZe eSports, 5 shots and only, 2 goals. Well, it helps for them, but so far, for Templar Samurais, 3 shots in the end, both of the teams. They have a decent accuracy, but it could be better. Both teams, I've seen them missing some shots, and I think that's really the difference here. Both teams, they're just, missing a few shots, a few easy shots, but in the end, RiZe, they have just the majority of the pressure, getting the most offense just from the beginning of the game already. Then full Templar Samurais could get one back, but so far it is 2-1 for RiZe eSports, a 1-goal deficit here in game number 1. And full Templar Samurais, it seems like they're quite struggling with controlling the ball. When they have the ball, they instantly throw it away, and I see a lot of possession for the RiZe eSports side because of that.
Well, yeah, they just don't have that control. They're just booming it away straight away. Just like you said, they're throwing it away instantly. They're not keeping any sort of possession, and when they can, it's just not there for them. They're being their own worst enemies. I said it earlier and I'll say it again. It's just a straight fact right now. They're not being too dominant. They're not getting as much attacked as they want. They're not getting too comfortable in defense either. But it is RiZe eSports who are on top right now. They've had 6 shots. That's double for Templar Samurais. And even when they get the clears, they're just not too impressive. They're not really becoming passes or any sort of attacking movements. It's just not flowing for them. They've not got the flow right now. But I feel like that might just be the game 1 jitters. Who knows?
Yeah, they still have 1 minute to at least score 1 goal to send this game to an OT. But so far we have seen the ball a lot on the full Templar Samurai side. Now Jasmine gets it over 1. Just CJ follows it up. Broken is there. Leaves it for his teammate Shadow, as now the ball is full lightning strike. Can he get something? Gets another touch. No, he can't. Broken gets it out. Shadow can't get a touch on that. Snicks now gets an easy clear. Well, he's going for the dribble now. Gets a pinch up to the side wall as CJ tries to follow that. Can't get another touch as Shadow takes it over from him. Now all RiZe eSports got to do is just keep the ball in their possession like they've done pretty much all game. But not like this. It's not going to happen like this. Jasmine takes it over into the corner. It is. As it falls into the middle or miss. Is it going to be a no? Oh. CJ just can't get any contact with the ball as now the time is ticking for full Templar Samurais. Lightning strike maybe for one of the last offensive ball. Props up into the air. Both people missing. Both players missing. And that's probably going to be game in game number 1.
It is game. That is just poor again from full Templar Samurais. They could have done so much better there. They're losing this opening game 2-1. They literally only had 3 shots. If you take into consideration the amount of chances that they just didn't capitalise on, the amount of chances they missed, all they had to do was get a touch on the majority of those balls into the middle, and it would have most likely been a goal. But no, they just missed, and it again, the attacking display just wasn't good enough for Fort Templar Samurais. But I suppose what I'm saying for them could also apply to RiZe eSports. It's just that final touch on the chances that they were getting. I want to see more. I want to see more, better attacking, better defense, really, because like I said earlier, the clears weren't good enough either. I want to see more confidence from both teams. I definitely feel like this is an awkward game 1 from both players and the teams, but I think game 2 will be much better.
Yeah, we have to see game number 2, of course. Can we see both teams feeling a little bit more confident? Because I have to agree, both teams were kind of hesitant with everything. And in the end, full Templar Samurai is very hesitant in offense. Well, they had the passing plays, but in the end, it just did not work out for them. Leaving just so much chances to not be scored, to not even be made. Because there's just no shots coming onto the net. The end, the offense is there from full Templar Samurais. They were in the offense sometimes, and they definitely could have scored out of that, but in the end, It was just the final touch that did not happen. As now game number 2, it is on the way. Goal still goalless, 60 seconds in. The Sinks gets it into the middle for one of his teammates. And we see the pass back from Broken here with the shot. And finally it gets in. It is a double commit, but it's definitely not going to matter for RiZe eSports as they will open this game number 2 with a goal.
That's much better attacking display. It was Snicks to Broken, back to Snicks. I know Shadow went for that one, but he just missed out. But it doesn't matter anyways because Snicks finds the back of the net. RiZe eSports finding themselves in the lead yet again in the series. 1-0 series lead and 1-0 goal lead in this game so far. It's a really good start from them. Thought Templar Samurais will not be happy, but RiZe eSports on the other hand will be incredibly happy.
Yeah, I'd have to say we see some mechanical mistakes from full Templar Samurai. It's just, you know, the little whiffs, maybe not the best touches, and in the end, RiZe eSports is doing that really well, to be honest. They are just, you know, controlling the play really, and I haven't really seen full Templar Samurai doing that. Of course, with controlling the play, you need to, you know, have a little bit of mechanics, and we are still yet to see that from the full Templar Samurai players. You now see Jasmine missing the ball. Lightning Strike goes up for it. He barely can get a touch. Gets it to CJ though. CJ has quite a lot of time. Has the boost to work with though. As a Bonner falls into the middle. Jasmine going for off the backboard. I want that to follow from RiZe eSports. Now it is Lightning Strike with yet another miss. Has no boost, but he has so much time. Definitely could do more with a great block there from Shadow right in the air. Lightning Strike tries to go for it. Sinks. Takes it over. Gets the demo as well. Jasmine can recover. Gets it up to the side wall. Because now the ball falls down, Broken, gets all the way to the other side, where Sinks is waiting for the ball, tries to get a hit on it, really awkward there in front of his own goal. Shadow needs to get it, is now still in front of the own goal, but RiZe finally can get it out as it falls to the right side of the field. Sinks can get it out a little bit. Jasmine tries to get it into the corner. Lightning Strike needs to turn for this, he does, but a little bit too late as Shadow can get a good 50 out of that. And now the ball falls into the back. No one going for that from RiZe, and now that is an open net. CJ, can he get it? No, it was such weak, but finally it still gets in, and CJ will definitely be really happy that Jasmine was right there in the right place at the right time.
That was a beautiful double save there from Snicks, but Broken just flying straight past the ball, but Jesmar is capitalising on that mistake. 1-1 now. I was going to mention they're making it awkward for themselves yet again.
Yeah, 3 minutes still to play, and again, just like in game 1, we are seeing a 1-all scoreline on the scoreboard, and we have seen some more offense from full Templar Samurais. We haven't really seen much from the RiZe eSports after their first goal. Now we see a second shot, but CJ is able to save that shot. Now Lightning Strike goes up for it, needs to hit it. Jasmine also going for it. Maybe not the best confidence in Lightning Strike there. Shadow goes for it, tries to do something. All by Malono, gets a pass into the middle, but his teammate could not get a good shot. It's Broken, tries to get a 50. Shadow there. Another control there. Mechanical play from Shadow, but can't get it past Jasmine. Jasmine tries to get it again. CJ into the corner, but no one there to follow it up. Lightning. As he gets into the middle, no one there to follow again. And it's just pretty much every time the same, you know. For Templar Samurais, they have the offense and they are getting quite a lot in the offensive half, but a lot of times there's just no one there to finish. Now we've just seen a shot, which is really good from Templar Samurais, but I wish to see that more from them. We have seen so many penalty plays, so many opportunities, so much potential as well to make goals, but in the end, it's just not working for Templar Samurais, it looks like.
Yeah, they're finding the passing lanes. They're just not finding anybody there in the passing lanes to actually finish the move off. And when they do come from an awkward position, like I said, it's just that final touch. It's not great because they make it awkward for themselves. But Lightning Strike this time trying to find a goal and Snicks again with another save in this game. And this time trying to find the clear. Shadow getting the touch and Broken, possibly killing that counter-attack there for RiZe eSports. But thankfully, nothing's come from it just yet. CJ's still trying to keep the pressure on. Jason are playing that one forward. I feel like nothing's going to come from it though. They're keeping the pressure on, but that's all it is right now. It's all pressure, but no goals.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. As RiZe eSports, they can, you know, do really well with the pressure they're having. They only had 3 shots and they made 1 goal. Well, full Templar Samurais had, well, make that 8 shots now. I wanted to say 7 and 1 goal, but make that 8 shots and 2 goals. As Jasmine will bang that in. He has scored a lot of goals in this series already. 2 goals in this game, and I believe 1 goal in the last game as well. A great offensive play as full Templar Samurais is in the lead now.
Yeah, Lightning Strike got a bump on Broken there just in the back of the net, meant that he couldn't get to that ball to make the save. but it was RiZe eSports who let themselves down. They allowed the pressure. Obviously, it's difficult when Samurais are pushing and pressuring that much. It's hard to deal with it. But sometimes you've sort of got to let them attack. It's like they were just trying to force it away rather than waiting for the right time to play it away comfortably.
CJ off to the backboard, getting bugged by Shadow. They trying to go for the third goal. As you know, for Templar Samurais, they need this win. Of course, RiZe eSports won game number 1. Now, a drop down there from CJ. Great shot from him. Can't get past Broken though. Broken follows that up all the way to the other side, tries to maybe get a pinch. Both players committing for that, as now no one is back really. Shadow is there, as we see a fake there from the player for Templar Samurais. Now it goes up, it is a great shot. CJ can't get that. Snakes, what a banger that is. 4 seconds left in this game number 2, and it is equalized.
Yeah, 4 seconds left in this match, and Snakes, while he was being a hero down the other end with 2 saves in this game, he was being a hero at the attacking end as well. 2 goals in this game. If it wasn't for him, it would be all for Templar Samurais right now. But 2-2. Looks like we're going to go into overtime unless Snix can do something with this ball. He's looking to go for the edgeable. Gets it past 1, gets it past 2, but the final man was there for Fort Templar Samurais, and we have overtime.
Yeah, what a player is Snake. Like you just said, in defense, he's making his mark, but also in offense, as you have seen him being so active in this game number 2 with 2 goals and 2 incredible saves from him. 30 seconds in his OT as Shadow tries to go something for maybe a flip reset. No, couldn't get it. As CJ tries to get a 50 against Broken. Broken wins it though. Off the back, but that's a great touch by Shadow. Lightning Strike needs to get it out. He does indeed. As Snix gets to the right side, Jasmine takes over as he falls into the middle. CJ a little bit overcommit there, and he will get capitalized on that as RiZe eSports take down full Templar Samurais in game number 2 in overtime.
Yeah, you say that was a little bit of an overcommit. I think that was the worst overcommit he could do, especially in this high-pressure situation. He might have thought that it was Jason. He might have thought that he could have got behind him ready to make the save, but that shot from Broken was so powerful. I don't think there was any chance that somebody could have got to that. It was so good. And RiZe eSports, they capitalized on the mistakes. They found themselves 2-1 down fairly late on in the game, but with 4 seconds left, they equalized. And then in overtime, they take the win in this game 2. 3-2 to them in this game. Much better towards the second half of that game than it was in the earlier stages. But that was better from Fort Templar as well. Much better.
Yeah, I have to agree. For Templar Samurais, they played better, and they actually had the lead over RiZe eSports. Unfortunately, 4 seconds left, and well, we saw a mistake from CJ. He went for it, but he was just a little bit too late, maybe not well positioned. And in the end, well, in OT, he also made the mistake by overcommitting there. So yeah, I have to say, CJ, maybe a little bit of awareness. I can remember when I played with him in the team, he lacked a little bit of game sense, I have to say, and we see that back in this series as well, where full Templar Samurais, we're 1 goal up, but in the end, a little bit of awareness lacks there in the defense of full Templar Samurais, and well, it just cost them the lead, it cost them the win, and it will be 2-0 for RiZe eSports going into this game 3. So Simdog, I have to ask you, will full Templar Samurais be able to get a reverse sweep going? You've already said they are playing better at the end of the second game. Can full Templar Samurais make the reverse sweep happen?
The reverse sweep could happen, but we just need to see the attacking display that we saw early in the second game there. If they keep it going, and rather than let off like they did towards the latter stages, if they keep it going the whole game rather than just half of the game. Oh my god, Shadow! What a read, and what a double touch there to read it off the corner wall like that. That is so good. He gets the bounce into the middle, boosts toward it, gets the touchdown. Nobody's saving that, especially with that kind of positioning. Maybe if they were coming from the further end of the goal, they could have got it, but no. Instead, it's 1-0 early on to RiZe eSports.
Yeah, well, I wanted to disrespect him off the call, because what is that call? But right after, he made an incredible goal there from the double tap. Incredible read from him, and we just see the individual mechanics from the RiZe eSports players. Really something to watch out for, being the full Templar Samurais players. We haven't really seen that much mechanics from the full Templar Samurais players, but we are seeing, quite aggressive RiZe eSports. They're quite good mechanically. we see a few double commits, so they really want to make the mark in offense. So that is maybe something for Templar Samurais could capitalize on, just those double commits. As we see now, Jasmine tries to keep it up, and Broken is there to get it to the other side. Not a great touch by CJ. It is an opener, and Snakes will not miss those. It is 2-0 already after 1 minute played.
Yeah, that was good capitalization on another mistake there from the Fort Templar Samurais player. It was CJ playing it into the middle, being his own worst enemy yet again. 3 games in a row that's been the case. It's 2-0 now, and you were mentioning we're seeing a very aggressive RiZe eSports side. And personally, I like to see that. I think they're realizing the Fort Templar just can't handle the pressure when it is constantly being piled on them. So they're keeping the pressure up, and that's a brilliant pass by Broken, but Six just couldn't get there. But yeah, every time there is an opportunity to get the ball, they will go and get that ball, whether it just be a small, tiny, awkward touch that Fort Templar can't deal with, or whether it be a brilliant pass down into the passing lanes for RiZe eSports. They're going to be there. Broken trying to touch that one down just off the crossbar. Shadow trying to get the double root touch. He gets it, but he's saved. Oh my god, how they even got to that, but Snakes finally puts the ball into the back of the net. I can't believe Shadow hasn't scored that.
Yeah, Shadow, he had a flip reset as well. I was just waiting for him to use a flick, but he just used it too late. He couldn't get any contact with the ball anymore, but it would have been phenomenal goal by him. But in the end, straight from the flip reset, he came into Rule 1 actually in the goal of Fort Templar Samurais, getting one player completely out of the game. And well, into your own goal, you don't really want to get into a Rule 1 situation. Definitely not when the ball is just in front of your own goal, 2-0 behind as well. And in the end, RiZe eSports can capitalize on that after a great assist by Shadow, of course. And now maybe we can see Fort Templar Samurais with a comeback, but now we can't see any offense from them as of yet. CJ gets it past 1. Broken already there. You know, we see the follow-ups. They're just so strong for RiZe eSports. They're just much more like a team, it looks like. As we now see Shadow going for yet another double tap. It's just gets it into the middle. Broken gets a shot in. Falls off the post, but really, Fort Templar Samurais, they're 3-0 down, but still are under a lot of pressure from the RiZe eSports side. Oh, what a Shadow. He's such a mechanical player, I have to say.
Honestly, he keeps showing off here. He's just playing with his food right now. He keeps going for the flip resets, but he can't actually use the flip himself. That was good defense from Fort Templar at that time, but still, Shadow is being very tough to deal with in this game. What potentially could be the final game. As it stands, it is the final game, but Lightning Strike, right now it's just a consolation, but with 2 minutes left, it is an extremely important goal to get. CJ with the pass into the middle. Luckily, Lightning Strike was there. Shadow couldn't get the touch this time. That 3-goal deficit cut down to 2. Could we see a comeback, Dennis?
Oh yeah, we might. It is now the question how RiZe eSports is going to play. Of course, Fort Templar Samurais maybe have a little bit of momentum going into the upcoming 2 minutes of maybe the final game. You know, they just scored that first goal, but it's still just so much time. And as well for Fort Templar Samurais, they have so much time to score as well. So the question is RiZe eSports going to play a little bit defensive, or are they going to keep up the offense like they've done really the past 3 games? It's just a question right there. Looks like they're playing a little bit defensive now, as Fort Templar Samurais have a little bit of the pressure. Broken gets it out as he gets into the middle, gets one single touch. Lightning Strike a little bit too late there as his opener yet again, and Broken definitely will not miss that as RiZe eSports gets the 3-goal lead back.
Yeah, they are not going to make the same mistake that Fort Templar made in the last game. As soon as Fort Templar had the lead, the 2-goal lead, with around 2 minutes left, they just sat back and defended. And that's what allowed RiZe eSports the chances, and it gave them all the pressure and all the time in the world to try and go ahead and score, but they will not make the same mistake, and they will keep trying to score. Like you said, they've got the 3-goal lead back. It's now 4-1. Simply 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the game. Samurais are going for it, but they're just not making anything from it, and Broken just hitting the crossbar there with that shot. We're going to see a good counter-attack here. Jesma with the shot, but it's not on target. And it feels like it's going to be another counter-attack in the final minute. The dying embers of the game. Snakes sending it up. Oh my god. We're in for a very interesting final minute here.
Yeah, well, Full Templar Samurais, they need to score rather sooner than later, but it's not going to happen when Shadow gets a save like that as the ball falls now into the middle. No one there to follow, and well, Full Templar Samurais, they need to get some offense going right now because they have 30 seconds left and they still need to make 3 goals. That's 10 seconds to go, and well, it's not going to work when the ball is on your half. It's now getting cleared away by Jasmine, but Broken keeps it in the Full Templar Samurai's half. Shadow now with a touch, Snake's now with the ball into the middle. Broken can't get it past the defender. Is Broken now getting a miss as the ball now falls into Shadow's possession. Shadow keeps on going, tries to outplay all the players from Full Templar Samurais, but yeah, it's not gonna happen anymore for Full Templar Samurais. Maybe one single goal doesn't really look like that, as it's an open goal, and we are seeing, with 1 second left, the 5th goal of RiZe eSports.
Well, I said early on in the game, before the game even started, I said I feel like Templar Samurais will be looking to replicate what they did last week and get the clean sweep, but instead it's RiZe eSports who are going to finish this game 5-1. They're going to let it drop at some point, I'm sure. Yes, they do. RiZe eSports take game 3 and they take the series 5-1 in the game, 3-0 in the series. They're clean sweep. A brilliant final performance there from RiZe eSports. Samurais will not be happy with that performance by any means whatsoever.
Yeah, RiZe eSports are going 2-0 in the league with 6 games won and only 1 game lost, so that's definitely a great start for them. And for Full Templar Samurais, 1-1 with 3 games won and 3 games lost. So definitely mid-table for them and one of the top spots for RiZe eSports after week number 2. There's still yet to be some matches to be played. So yeah, we can't say for certain if RiZe eSports is going to be the top of the table or if any team that has clean swept last week is going to clean sweep this week as well. And then that team is going to be first place, of course, on the game differential. But definitely, RiZe eSports, really good win. And they felt so confident, it looked like. They just did everything. The mechanical stuff was on point, and it looked like, Full Templar, they kind of struggled a bit. Maybe we were a little bit nervous being on stream as well. So yeah, do you think that maybe it was the nerves that Full Templar brought them down?
Well, no, I said it might have been in the first game, didn't I? I'm glad you picked up on that. I said it might have just been those first game jitters, but it turns out, no, it definitely wasn't. It seems like it was more first game jitters for RiZe eSports than anything else, because in game 2 they dominated, and in game 3, like I've said, the 5-1 win, and they had 12 shots on target. That was just on target. They still had a lot more chances than what was shown. But it was pure domination in the final game. If they did it in game 1, I would have said, okay, this is going to be so easy for RiZe eSports. But no, they made it difficult for themselves at times. There was often times where they were challenging their own players, really. But it doesn't matter, because in the end, they get the 3-0 sweep, a brilliant performance. And it's an early game. It's an important game in the league, in the season, but it's an early game. And I suppose Samurais will be going away from this one. They'll be wanting to watch the replays, and they'll be saying, right, okay, we know what we can't do and what we can do for the rest of the season. Whilst these are the most important games, they are also the games that will help shape the rest of the season for yourselves. They can turn it around at any point. And in week 3, next week, they will definitely be wanting to do that.
Yeah, definitely. It's only early on in the season, so definitely still a lot of things for Full Templar Samurais to go back to. They of course won game or series number 1 quite convincingly with a 3-0. So definitely they still have a lot of potential in them. They showed that. But I think that's everything for today. We've had 2 incredible games on stream for you guys, and well, I think we're just gonna close it out. I want to thank you very much for casting with me, Simdo. Do you have anything else to say to the stream?
Well, I've just got to say, I definitely enjoyed casting those 2 games. We saw earlier on in the stream Ascension and Curios losing to Donkey Punch. It was 5-1 in the final game. Donkey Punch taking the 3-2 game 5 win. And then obviously later on in the stream, we see RiZe eSports getting the clean sweep over Templar. We can only hope for more of that. We absolutely love to see it. I've loved casting it. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. I want to, of course, to thank Godali, the sponsor of this, of the ECC. Big thanks for them. Also, their partners, Fruit Labs. Big thanks for them. Of course, to you guys, thanks for watching, everyone. And of course, Faded, a streamer behind the buttons, doing all the stuff. behind the scenes. So, I think I did all the plugs. I want to thank you, everyone, again, and I hope to see you maybe tomorrow with another stream. Good night.